Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have the pleasure to have next to me Tomi, international mobile expert. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
How was the event so far?
Oh, I love it. Romania is so good because the industry, the people here understand mobile so well, and of course Romania is a young country, and mobile is a young person's technology. So just I feel a lot of energy here.
How was the crowd, by the way?
Oh, excellent, excellent, very active.
Good questions.
Yes.
Could you please give us some figures regarding the astonishing growth of mobile? I know that you've mentioned some in your presentation.
Yes, the couple of big numbers that really shock many people who are not in the mobile industry. I think many people now know that there are more mobile phone subscriptions as there are human beings on the planet. So even if we count babies and we count all grandparents, then the total number of mobile phone active accounts is already more than human beings. But the more astonishing number is that the money earned by mobile is bigger than total television, total internet, total radio, total personal computers, and total traditional telephone combined.
Wow.
So mobile industry is already worth 1.8 trillion US dollars, 1,800 billion. So it's nearly 4 times as big as total television around the world. It's just mobile.
It's just mobile, yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to, count it in my head to process information. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God. But
also the cute number that people also often are amused by is that we now look at, the average person looks at their mobile phone 221 times per day.
Per day. Yes.
That's once every 4.5 minutes.
I'm one of those persons,
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes, that's something. Can you tell us what are the main uses of smartphones worldwide?
So the biggest use is still communication. So we use it for text messages, we use it for go to WhatsApp, we make our phone calls and so forth. Increasingly, it is now our media channel. So very many people get their first news from mobile phone, even though they go elsewhere then to get more television, newspapers, whatever, but it starts to be the first news channel. It is starting to be a payment channel. It is also becoming more and more an advertising channel. But still the primary use is communication. And then of course social media is do you want to count it as communication or do you want to count it as media? It's kind of both.
Yes. Do you think e-commerce will entirely become m-commerce? Yes, m-commerce in a few years.
I don't think so. I think that e-commerce will behave to m-commerce similar to how movies behave to television. Early experts said that television will kill movies. Cinema will die because of television. But cinema adjusted. James Bond is still alive. Yes, there's no problem.
Yes.
So I think the same thing happens with e-commerce. That some of the specialist users of e-commerce make sense to do on traditional desktop type of computer experience, government purchase, for example.
Yeah.
Government needs to make a big document, all kind of legal text and see all kind of, big proposal. It makes sense to do that on a computer. And you have professional who reads it and everything. But for consumer use, majority goes to mobile. So I think m-commerce will be the big part, but e-commerce will not die. E-commerce has a good future still ahead.
M-commerce. So we already have a new concept.
Yes.
You were saying in an interview for our blog that in the mobile world nowadays, every micro moment is an opportunity to engage with the customers, right?
Yes.
What does this mean? I mean, how should an online shop approach mobile in regards to its marketing strategy?
So let's take first of all the fact that 221 times a day we look at the mobile phone. We want to see what time is it. Or did someone call me, etc. We can use those moments to just bring our brand in or help our consumer or help our customer. So for example, selfies. That 10% of youth will take one selfie every day.
Yes.
So it's constantly, I'm eating this, I'm with my friends here, I'm on television, and so forth. But constantly pictures. Let's make the selfie more of an experience. So let's have our brand with it, and let's have celebration with that now you want to have your Pokemon Go experience with the pictures, or you want to come to the Bucharest to the new, we have the Opera House has now big things, so let's take selfies here and so forth. These kind of moments, because we're using the mobile anyway, we can now add the experience and then make the customer happier or sell them something or remind them of something and so forth.
Tomi, you talked in your keynote about augmented reality. What are some nice potential uses of AR for e-commerce?
Yeah. So the very early obvious uses are in gaming. So
Yes.
people like to play games. So Pokemon Go is the perfect example. But very many games, I believe, they will have more and more of the augmented reality side to it. Parents like the aspect of Pokemon Go, that this is a video game which forces the kids to go outside. So they're not sitting at the
Yes.
computer or at the smartphone, at the tablet at home. Now they have to walk
Yeah.
to grow their babies, their little Pokemon monsters. So this idea that we can make a game, take it outside and so forth, is a nice little opportunity, sell a little bit extra, whatever happens to be in that space. Immediate next step is media, especially entertainment media. So then we have James Bond movie or Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever that we can suddenly have, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio come here with us and now we can have the picture of him with the pirate and so forth. And after that, next comes the aspect of what can we then sell, that we can sell various virtual properties, digital properties, so that, you know, I can have my funny makeup and my silly hat and my little things that I can post on Facebook and so forth. Little bit longer down the line, we will have the ability of do you want to buy this version of this car? Do you want to have, IKEA already sells furniture, the catalog is augmented reality enabled. In the soon you can just click here and buy and they will deliver that sofa to your home and the whole purchase process was done through augmented reality.
We talk a lot about here in Romania about mobile payments. How do you see the future in this vertical?
That's an interesting argument we have in the technology space and in the payment space. Many technologists now believe that money will go to mobile. Mobile will be the primary payment mechanism, our mobile phone and mobile money. Many people on the banking side and the credit card industry are still worried and they think, no, maybe not. Maybe it should be plastic credit cards, maybe it should be online payments, bitcoins, things like that. I believe very strongly that the future of money will be mobile. Now, a couple of countries have made rather interesting statements about this. The Swedish government wants to get rid of cash because it's dirty. There are a lot of bacteria in money.
Yeah.
Okay, no coins, no cash. Let's do all the payments in mobile or another digital means. Turkey set a goal. They want to eliminate the manufacturing of cash year 2025. So now the world has a race. Somalia wants to end cash. South Korea wants to end cash.
Now we have milestones.
Estonia wants to end cash. Sweden wants to end cash. So now there's a race. Who is the first country where they stop making first coins and then banknotes and then probably mobile becomes the primary way. Our salary comes to a mobile point, we pay our taxes, we pay our student fee, we pay our car loans, our grocery bill, everything will be just mobile click,
I
yes.
can already see the future, you know, using your,
Yes.
That's so cool. What do you think about smartwatches? Are they just, you know, a hype?
Yeah.
Or
smartwatches, I believe it was one of those experiments which sounded very good, but turned out to be very bad. So it sounds like a very good idea that I have all of that information here. I don't have to go to my pocket and where's my phone and is it beeping and so forth. I can just look. But it's inconvenient. There are some places where a wrist device makes a lot of sense, such as some kind of sports and some kind of health uses. But mostly, if we're going to buy an extra gadget, because we still have the phone, we're not going to talk on the phone. So we have to have the mobile phone anyway. Then the smartphone has a smaller screen. It's more difficult touch screen. Then it doesn't have all the applications, all the services. So all at once it becomes a very bad solution for a good idea. So I think that we have reached now the peak of smartwatches. And a couple of years from now, people look at smartwatches like fax machines. You still have a smartwatch? That's a crazy thing, you know, museum piece.
Yes.
So I think that smartwatches will not become a big thing, but we will have devices, technology that will come into us, into our glasses, into our eyes. We will eventually have electronics that will be put into our body. So smartwatches are a step in that direction where the technology comes to our body, but the device commercially, it's not going to be a big success, I think.
Tomi, first it was online, it was internet online, right?
Yeah.
Then it was mobile.
Yes.
If you were to predict the future. What do you think is going to be next?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I do think the immediate next thing will be augmented reality.
Okay.
So augmented reality, and in that sense, that very much of that near future commerce and media and experience and service will be the kind where it's imagined here, and I don't need to pull the device, but it's here. And did you want this also in red? Click, and so forth, so that it will be floating virtually around us. Yes, yeah. And that will be done through augmented reality. What will be the actual technical means, and will we always carry a phone or something like that? It's difficult to know. So it very well may be that, for example, the car has been around for 100 years. Horse was replaced by the car, but then nobody replaced the car. Maybe someday we get helicopter or something that replaces the car. But it may be that the mobile phone will live with us for 50 years. That it gets smaller and nicer and slimmer, and iPhone 20, super duper thin. But I think that device can live with us for a long time. And when it will be replaced by augmented reality.
Such a great pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. I hope to see you around soon, to come back in Romania and share with us your vision. Thank you once again.
Thank you.